Deck the ball. Fuck, I'll leave it in. Take two and action. Hold on, cut again. I'll get it. Take three, action. Deck the halls with boughs of holly, la 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 la. 'Tis the season to kill bad guys. Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker. Talking about Die Hard, the greatest Christmas action movie ever. That's right. Yes, sir. There's a debate on whether or not Die Hard is a Christmas movie. And as I stated earlier in my Christmas countdown video, whatever it is, it's a Christmas movie, but not in the general that it's a movie about Christmas, but it's a movie that takes place at Christmas time and deals with something that happens at Christmas time. It's not a Christmas movie, is that the movie revolves around Christmas and the Christmas spirit and the Christmas time, the Christmas, what you do for Christmas, but that it takes place during Christmas. So what's the story? The story is LAPD officer John McClane, NYPD officer John McClane, sorry, is visiting his estranged wife in Los Angeles at her job at Nakatomi Tower, when German terrorists overtake the building. But really, do I need to spell out the story for you? It's fucking Die Hard. If you don't know the story of Die Hard, get the fuck out. And don't use the door. Jump out the goddamn window. Alright? You don't know Die Hard, then you're not allowed to use the goddamn door. You jump out the window. Okay? Need my eggnog. So the first thing we need to talk about, of course, is Bruce Willis. There would be no Die Hard if it weren't for Bruce Willis. Now, this is actually a sequel to supposedly, it was originally written as a sequel to a Frank Sinatra film from back in the 60s, I believe. And because the movie he was in, I don't remember the name of the movie, but it was based on a book. And the Die Hard was based on another book, I'll Give It to You Wholesale or something like that, which was a sequel to the film that Sinatra did. And out of, because the contracts for Sinatra was offered the part, he was like in his 70s, I think, at the time, they said no. And they were kind of iffy on Bruce Willis because he's a well-known action movie star now. At the time, the only thing he was known for was Moonlighting. The show Moonlighting. He wasn't really an action star. They had other things in mind, namely Arnold Schwarzenegger, but he was busy doing a movie at the time by the name of Predator, so he wasn't able to do this. Actually, Predator was the year before. It was Commando, I think, is what he was doing at this time. Yeah, Commando. Pizza sauce, man. I'm sorry. Hey, Die Hard and pizza. You can't beat it, right? Only thing I make better if I had some beer or something, I had no beer. I got eggnog. It's yummy in my tummy. And, Bruce Willis does a hell of a job in this movie for his first, action starring role. That's right. Did a good job. You got a fucking problem with that? Huh? Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker. Let me tell you. Finish reviewing the movie or I'll blow your fucking brains out, okay? I don't know. Blessed Bruce Willis. I never had Bruce Willis impression, so. But yeah, interesting story with the first Die Hard is that I didn't see any of the Die Hard movies until Die Hard, Live Free or Die Hard was coming out. I looked good and I wanted to go see it. And so I bought at the time, 3-pack. Which was the trilogy. And I watched the first one and then the second one. And, well, I didn't finish the second one because I couldn't get into it. But I watched the first one and I thought it was okay. Keep in mind, I was over 18, maybe 21, maybe last 19, maybe. So I wasn't really into that kind of stuff yet. I mean, I was into horror, but I just didn't get it, I don't think. Because when I bought this, actually I still had the DVDs, but I waited for the Blu-ray release to watch them all. I liked it Live Free or Die Hard and said it was better than the original. Boy, was I fucking wrong. Once I start rewatching the movies, I'm like, yeah, Live Free or Die Hard is not as good as I remember it. But I rank it as the third best Die Hard movie behind the original and Die Hard with a Vengeance, which would easily be my number 2 favorite. Samuel L. Jackson, motherfucker! But yeah, so I wasn't really, into it at the time. And once I bought the Blu-ray set, I watched them all. I marathoned it. Or binge watched, whatever you call it. Whatever you call it nowadays. And, yeah. And the thing is, I don't think I even pay attention to the last one. Good Day to Die Hard. I think I put it in and I don't remember anything about it. Eventually, because I've already started reviewing them with this one, I'm going to have to, go through all of them eventually. Not now. I mean, I could do Die Hard 2 as a Christmas movie too, but technically it is, but not right now. So, talked about Bruce Willis, and he does a great job in this. He is one of the best things about this. There are 2 things about this movie that are the 2 best things about this movie. Bruce Willis, which I already mentioned, and the second thing is Alan Rickman as the villain Hans Gruber. Now, I already knew that he was a great villain or sort of antagonistic character when he played Snape, who was presented as a villain, but as we know, spoiler alert for the Harry Potter franchise and books, he's not. But in this movie, he's versatile, right? He's Hans Gruber, this terrorist guy, and then when he finally runs into John McClane, he has to pretend to be someone else. He has an American accent. He acts like he's a good person. He's a good guy, a normal person. But he does a fantastic job. And a little tidbit is his death scene when he's going out the window. They had him hooked up to a harness, and they said they weren't going to drop him. But they did. He fell the entire way. So that look on his face when he goes, it's genuine because he had no idea they were just going to let him go. You can't get a look like that from preparing, acting about it, rehearsing. With this movie, I'm a little bit different. I want to talk about my favorite scenes. First of all, now I have a shotgun. Ho, ho, ho. When they set up a guy because they know someone up there, and McClane dispenses the guy quickly, and the guy has a shotgun, so he looks and he sees the Santa hat, and next thing you know, over here comes down, and it's their guy dead. He's wearing a Christmas hat, and on his shirt it says, "Now I have a shotgun." Ho ho ho! Absolutely love that. Absolutely love it. One of my favorite scenes. Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker. When he does the guy again, motherfucker? Because he said his name was Roy. Because he like Roy Rogers. There's another character in this movie besides, John McClane. John McClane goes through a journey in this film, but he's not alone in this journey, alright? See, at the beginning of the film, John McClane, he's there to see his wife. They're estranged. They've had problems. And when they get this touchscreen thing, which I don't know if he's doing a thing in the 90s, but he puts in M for McClane. He can't find his wife's name, so he rolls his eyes and he's like, he puts in G, which is Gennaro, which is his wife's maiden name. She changed it back. And by the end, when he introduces her to someone, I'll get to that person, and says, "This is my wife, Holly Gennaro." She says, "Holly McClane." He just kind of looks at her like, "What?" So the other character in this that goes through a journey is Sergeant Al Powell. He's a beat cop, but he's basically one that's behind a desk. Because years previously, there's an incident where he shot an innocent person. He didn't know it was an innocent person because they had a gun. He didn't realize it was a fake gun, which I don't know how you don't realize that, but sometimes they realize it wasn't fake guns. Like a water gun that looks real, whatever. And he shot and killed him, so he's behind a desk. So he's been constantly afraid to even pull out his gun. So the guy that John McClane killed in the elevator, I was like, he's actually the brother of another terrorist named Carl. Now, there's this whole showdown between McClane and Carl where he hangs the guy up by a chain and it looks like he's dead. After he knocks Gruber out of the building, McClane comes walking out with his wife, and he sees Carl. Because they've been through this emotional journey together. The FBI showed up, but it was Carl that he first made contact with outside the building. And, they've been through this journey, kind of, I'm on each side. And they see each other. And he says, and, nods, and they come up, and they just laugh, and they hug, and then Carl comes out. Arnold Schwarzenegger yell. He got a gun in his hand, and before anyone else can do anything, he gets shot several times, and the camera pans, and it's Powell standing there with the gun. Like, he finally had the courage to fire his gun. That's awesome. He finally gained that, and John McClane helped him. And what does he get for his troubles? A cameo in Die Hard 2. I'm serious. That's it. There's another character by the name of Argyle. He is the limo driver. He is African American, but don't stereotype. And he drives him there from the airport, and he tells him, I'm going to keep the engine running just in case it doesn't work out. And he parks in a parking garage, and he's stuck in that parking garage throughout the whole movie. And after the whole incident, Argyle comes out, and the cop's like, "What?" And he's like, "No, it's okay, he's with me." And, they get in. So, last thing I want to talk about is why this movie is a Christmas movie, alright? One, it takes place around Christmas time. Two, the party that they go to is a office Christmas party. Three, McClane is bringing a giant teddy bear as a present for his daughter, I think, or maybe it's his wife, I don't know, daughter, whatever, for Christmas. They talk about Christmas. The song that plays at the beginning is Christmas in Hollis by Run DMC, and Let It Snow plays at the end of the film. It's a goddamn Christmas movie. And you know what? The score for this is a 10 out of 10. It's fucking Die Hard. As an nostalgia critic would say, fuck you, it's Die Hard. 10 out of 10. What do you say to that? I don't care. It's my review. 10 out of 10 for Die Hard, because fuck you, it's Die Hard. And I got eggnog. So what are your thoughts on Die Hard? You think it's a 10 out of 10? If not, fuck you, it's Die Hard. I don't know. I'm a little... It's in the eggnog. sugar in there, I guess. I'll come down now. What are your thoughts on Die Hard? Let me know in the comments below. Like, share, and subscribe. You be kind. Yay, motherfucker. It's Christmas. Merry Christmas.